This video is sponsored by Nvidia GeForce Now. Attention gamers, I am just dying to know what kind of cannabis cupcakes Riot employees were on when they decided Goredrinker was a good idea, as it has quickly become the official do something stupid and then get out of jail free with full health card for players all around, with a cooldown that lets it get abused more often than a Chipotle bathroom. And since I am the king of doing stupid stuff but never getting out of the black and white screen jail free, I decided to put on my Bill Nye the Find Me a Build That Works guy hat and test this item on some ADCs. But I had one problem to deal with first. A few days ago I nicknamed every champ in the game for a video which left my editing timeline looking like this, my task manager looking like this, and ultimately my computer doing this, resulting in my framerate during games looking like this. But fun fact about Rav Daddy, my day job is a software engineer working in the cloud, which to you tech muggles out there basically means connecting to powerful computers around the world using their resources to run, store, process and do things that my own crappy personal computer cannot. Which is why I use the Nvidia GeForce Now platform to play the games you will see in this video, so that while my computer at home looked like this, I was actually using the GPU and resources of a gaming PC that probably looked like this, to run my League client, giving me insane framerate on all high settings, all while playing on Tucker the Toaster here, and setup took all of 2 minutes for me. I installed GeForce Now, found this piss pit of a game that we all hate, launched play on that game and let the platform connect me with some big ween monstrosity of a PC somewhere in the world, which launched League as normal, and I was ready to get back to my Goredrinker theory. And while the freebie plan gives you standard access with unlimited usage of 1-hour sessions, I dropped 25 bones to get 6 months of the thick VIP priority access with that good RTX living and longer 6-hour sessions. Now before commenting, Carl can finish his whole "I'm the king of kites and that's why this won't win you" fights dissertation below. I started only with the ADCs that like to do their best enema impersonation and get right up in there during fights to see if this would be viable. And while the beginning of the Trist game showed to be promising, as having that early whip item really put me in the mood to spank asses and slay the masses, thanks to a rather serious case of Nunu syndrome, I had to throw away the first game's data and try this out on Samira. So now I cordially invite you to thank Nvidia for sponsoring this video and providing me with a way to still play this anger-inducing game on high settings by slapping that upward thumb button till it turns blue, and let's get into it. Alright, the game starts off like pretty much any of my other videos, with me blatantly missing every single uncontested CS while simultaneously being oblivious to the fact that there's a brawl to the death going on in River, which is why I get caught off guard when some blue-hooded Karen gets overly dramatic, but then it all makes sense when Rift Alexa informs us that our coworker has been murdered. But better late than never is that obese Gargoyle and Bobby the Bull deliver more CC than a bowl of alphabet soup, which earns us the kill, and then a little cat and mouse Carly Ray hears my number, call me maybe, crap ends in me flaunting my scarlet letter S in this dirt fetish hater's face until Egyptian Garm Alistar decides he deserves the kill credit instead of me. Then I am just coming back to lane after a forced visit to Fountain due to my eyeballs disconnecting for a few seconds before this clip, when the boys are back in town, and my initial thought process is to go on this armored Christmas tree until the girl with the PP pumped gun gets volunteered as tribute, so 4 of us gather around to watch her do her best ADC impersonation. But a minute later I am just sucking stone butt by myself, because my support, I guess, wants to be sold at Whole Foods as free range beef, as I wait for him to come home and give the sad glad a gentle push back my way as I connect the dots, and then wait for Rift Alexa to give the cow all the credit once again. And if you are triggered I haven't been using my tail whip item, you'll probably be happy to know that I still didn't use it here, in lieu of jamming my alt key harder than a pinky toe on a coffee table to claim my first real kill. And the best part was, since I was gaming on Nvidia's cloud, they sent me a notification saying they were proud and saved the play for me to show my mom later. And at this point I really just wanted to murder an innocent river turtle and then hit the shops. Like that isn't too much to ask, but Sir Simps a lot from Sparta comes in proclaiming that he has the map awareness of a GPS on roofies, so needless to say he gets bamboozled by the bird statue's mini spinny wins thing, and then I actually remember to use my tush tap tail whip this time before he dies. I call my support over to put a pinky in their metaphorical stinky with the idea to patiently plan a surprise party, but the blue bull says sometimes you just have to take him by the horns and go in, and since our mid laner apparently has a Z complex, he is here once again. No complaint out of me, as this never happened, so I just buckle up and say we. And afterwards me and Matador Milkdud stick around because we have bonded over the collective goal in life to make Obama's wife madder than a mosquito at a mannequin factory. So sucks to be her, but Mama Rav didn't raise no quitter. A minute later we are graced with Miss River Rock's presence, and my support is continuing to have a bullish opinion on how we should respond, which works out when everyone jumps like they are in a Van Halen music video, and then the sky shits out a fat walking rock, and I use my conform to CC passive as Toph's ass gets tapped, and we grant this panthed menace into Golden Lucifer's Satan slave arena, which pulls him back in for us all to sniff his dead balls, and then I'm displaying an A by my name, which I assume stands for Albuquerque, but geography aside, I just wanted to regurgitate shrapnel onto this recently made single gun slut until the tower tells me I should just watch the rest of the murder from the benches. Then this is Silver Elo and it's post 15 minutes, so the game mode has officially changed to a RAM, and their team has discovered how fun it is to be asked to jump under our tower, and a saying around my house is that you can't spell fun without funeral or something like that, as I spill my sharp shit all over Panth. And at this point I got paid, so I am ready to go splurge on strippies, but floating Satan over here must have had 2 cups of coffee this morning, so he stays, and because I care too much I let myself get baited back in, but thanks to a clutch Goredrinker proc, I survived the horrible decision with a butt-ass naked amount of health totally calculated like a genius boss who plans for everything. We catch Deadpool out in the river, and I am like pedal to the metal for this because that little piece of crotch lint has been trying to draw X's on me all game, so when Moo Moo Mouth Breather goes balls deep I am all for it, even though objectively and judged by anyone else on this planet this would be deemed a dumbass decision, but you have to appreciate the small things in life, like how I was playing this game on a computer that looked like this, all possible because of the dope GeForce Now Cloud account I signed up for. And besides, the power of optimism always prevails. For example, the next time we were at that same tower that just tapped my ass like I owed it some sugar, we caught out that boulder surfing slut out, so I request she stays suspended in the air for us to pop her like a piñata. Then I pace around like I gotta piss until the sky informs us of a bloody shit pending, so we await the arrival of our next paycheck in the form of a shield, a spear, and 2 brain cells ancestrally mashed together. But I am sure there are haters out there saying I sacrificed too much damage with this build, so ignoring the fact that I used a Timo mushroom to help me fake my point, check out the Conor McGregor style 1v1 beating I gave this gun rights politician's wife. Oh, and aside from running the game and the cloud, everything else was exactly how you would expect it to be in a typical League of Legends game, with multiple people flaming each other at all points in time. That said, we were all stuck together, bound by the contract of teamdom despite our hatred for each other, so when I saw freaking Flotimus Maximus getting sky diarrheaed on, I ran in to put the ass in assist with the initial objective to cut down this soldiered up pine tree, but Thresh's sex slave was just more mispositioned than a vegan at a pig roast, so needless to say she didn't have a good time. Then we decide that maybe some dragon slaying as a team building exercise might bring us closer together, but when I see Edward Scissorhands in the area, I opt to play this one like a board certified vagina until he draws his X on someone else, so I emerge like a boner from a pair of boxers for a morning piss to mash my face against my keyboard like all the Samira guides recommend, leaving 3 of us alone with Ninja, so we do our best Mixer impersonation and kill him off. Oh, and by the way, there's a new champion on the Rift who was Silas's sensei or something, and at this point I wasn't quite sure what anything in his kit did, but I can confirm that he does die when he mispositions like a moron, just like any other champ. And unfortunately the Dragon Jerk-Off Festival didn't fix our team relationship problems, as I was starting to feel bad for the mole rat until he pulled this absolutely savage comeback out of his ass. Then I would be lying to you if the end of this game wasn't leaving me with an urge to make a Z Syndrome video, as I am not sure whether it has been proven to exist or not yet, but if it does, this guy definitely has it. Oh, and update on the new champion discovery, turns out one of his moves is similar to a skunk queef quaking. When he gets backed up into a corner and attacked by 4 opponents, he seemingly emits a purple pussy gas that expands around walls. I will report more on that when I learn more. And a minute later I was just hanging with a little Satan simp, and you know what they say, 2's company but 3 is a cloud. Get it? Because I am gaming on the cloud? Because Nvidia is Anyways, we then kind of just marched into their base like an entitled posse of pissed off toddlers who were hangry for some tit milk until us and a flash mob of hooded midget employees closed in on the Nexus. And my honest opinion is that I like this build a lot, but I think that it needs some more health items for it to be more effective, like a black cleaver, and RIP Frozen Mallet would have been perfect with it. So with that, please check my link in the description so that you can try out the Nvidia GeForce Now cloud gaming experience like I did in this video, to pretend you have a $5,000 gaming rig, and I will see you in the next one. Cloud Rav out.